Okay, now we are on the chapter 6 on the consciousness. So the first Pali words you should remember forever is the word Citta. Okay, Citta means consciousness. Because if every time I had to translate to English, sometimes Citta might be called as mind, sometimes consciousness or whatever, so it's very confusing. So we just stick to the word Citta. Citta consciousness is the awareness of an object. It is conscious, aware of object, so it's called Citta. All types of consciousness are the same according to the nature of being conscious of the object, but it can be classified into 89 or 1 to 1 according to as below. Okay, the first thing that you know is Citta consciousness is awareness of object. So when you hear the sound, you're aware of the sound as object. When you see something, the eye or seeing consciousness aware of the sight as object. When something touches you, the body consciousness aware of the touching as object. So the mind purpose is very simple, aware of the object. Alright, so this is the first one you should remember. Now, we have many categories, and I think you see on your book, there's a big chart here, alright? So now, of course, it's not possible for you to know all the charts, or not possible for you to remember 89 consciousness. In our university, all the diploma students have to memorize this, part of the exam. So some people always fail because in the Abhidhamma. Fail in Abhidhamma, fail in Pali. It's very normal because to remember 89 is not easy, but we should try. Alright, according to category, the first one is the plane or domain where it arises. Because we're talking about the consciousness, the Citta, it is not only in the sense sphere, alright, Kama Vachara. Kama is a like sense desire. Avachara is the place. Kama Vachara, sense sphere. Now, where is the sense sphere? Do you remember we are talking about 31 planes? Where is it? 1 to 11, okay? So you have 4 woeful states, human plane as 5th, and then 6 Deva. So totally 11. So we are talking about this sense sphere. Alright. And also, let's say if somebody practices meditation, they practice meditation, so they got this 5 material. And if they practice, all these are samatha practice, okay? And if they practice another type of samatha, so they got immaterial. And if they get the enlightenment, so they got supramundane or lokuttara. So this we call the domain. So consciousness arises according to domain. There's one thing that later we go in detail. Now we just have a summary first. Now consciousness also can be categorized to different types, like wholesome. Pali word is akusala. Alright, I think you know. Wholesome means a good mind, like do donation, generosity, or good mind. Akusala means unwholesome mind. Vipaka is resultant of wholesome and unwholesome. So when you do wholesome deeds, you get wholesome consciousness. So when you do unwholesome deeds, you got unwholesome mind. At that time, after that, it will give unwholesome resultant. Okay? Kriya is a functional that is to do with Arahant only. Okay, just have a brief view. Feeling. There are 5 types of feeling. Pleasant feeling, somanasa. Neutral feeling, adukkha, masukha. Unpleasant feeling is domanasa. Painful feeling, this refers to connected with the body, so we call it dukkha. Happy feeling connected with the body, we call it sukha. Alright, so we just have a review first. Now, associate dhamma. Some of the consciousness can arise together with wrong view. So ditti is wrong view. Some consciousness arise with mana, conceit. So this is associate dhamma. Promptitude or without promptitude. Promptitude means inducement or encouragement from other people. Okay. So in Pali we call it sasangkarika. or without promptitude is asankarika. Okay. Yes. Oh yeah, ditti, yes. Ditti normally, if you don't put the wrong view, you don't put the miccha ditti, ditti normally refer to wrong view. Unless you put samadhi, refer to right view. Okay? Alright, now jhana, jhana is to do with the meditation, so they are first to fifth jhana. And receiving object can be infinite space, infinite consciousness, okay? Magga is referred to Eightfold Path. Now, when we study 89 Cittas, these are the charts that are available. Alright? So later we will go accordingly. So now I'd like to cover is, let's go for the just now. The previous one is just a summary. Now we go in detail already, okay? Starting from this page. Now we go in detail. By plan, in the Pali word is called bhumi. Bhumi is same with the Malay word bhumi, alright? So the first one that we need to study is the Kama Vachara, sense sphere. So there are cittas that are frequently arising in normal beings. Cittas that are frequent karma plan, or are called the Kama Vachara, the consciousness that frequent the plan of sensual pleasure. So the Kama Vachara citta is first divided into three, namely akusala, ahituka, sopana. So these are the citta that normally arise in us. Okay? So let's say if we have akusala, we have unwholesome mind, belong to this Kama Vachara. So ahituka is like eye consciousness and so on. We call it ahituka. Sopana is a beautiful. Beautiful means when you do some wholesome deeds, you have a sopana. Okay. So just for this one, you just remember there are some consciousness that arise in karma plan. So that's why we call it Kama Vachara. Avachara means frequent or happening. What kind of karma plan? You know, like for example, now we see something, all these are belong to Kama Vachara. Right? We hear something, also belong to Kama Vachara. If we have unwholesome thoughts, unwholesome minds, also belong to Kama Vachara. If we have a good mind or want to do donation or so on, it's called beautiful mind, also belong to Kama Vachara. Okay? So this is talking about the normal consciousness that exists in most of us. And what if, let's say, what if somebody who practice meditation, so what kind of mind do they have? Yeah, so they will have this rupa vachara, fine material. These are the cittas. They are cittas that arise from successful samatha practice and related to the rupa jhana, material jhana, absorption concentrations. So this is different from the Kama Vachara. This is the consciousness that arises in those who practice samatha and get deep concentration, enter into jhana. For those who never practice samatha you will definitely do not have this kind of 15, okay? You will definitely do not have this 15, this 15 type of citta. If you do not practice samatha and you never get deep concentration into jhana. So it never arises in you, definitely. For those who practice successful samatha, and this is based on the material jhana. There are two types of jhana. One is based on material and one is without material. Alright? So this consciousness that arises in most of the Rupa Brahma world is called Rupa Vachara. Okay? Just now is Kama Vachara. This one Rupa, because the material is called Rupa, so this is called Rupa Vachara. So Rupa Vachara Citta is basically classified into 5 according to 5 jhana stages. So you have 5 jhana, so you have 5 stages, and then the 5 jhana are multiplied by 3 types: kusala, vipaka, and kriya. So you come to 15. Alright. Alright. So now you know there are 2 types. One is Kama Vachara, One is rupa vachala. Kama vachala is normal, the consciousness that arises in us. Rupa vachala is the one that when you get deep concentration into samatha and you get first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana. Alright? So if you be able to practice this before, you will have this. If you never practice samatha and you never get very good concentration, you will never arise this 15 consciousness. Okay? Now, we have another type, 12, arupa vachala, immaterial. So there are chittas that arise from successful samatha practice related to the arupa jhana, immaterial jhana, absorption concentrations. Alright? So this also to do with samatha. So if you practice samatha and your practice is this one of type called immaterial, so you get this. So these are the consciousness that mostly arise in the arupa Brahma world called arupa vachala. Okay, so the other day when we studied the 31 plan of existence, how many arupa plan, do you remember? 4. Okay, so the 4 is they will arise in the arupa Brahma. The earlier one we say rupa Brahma is how many? 16. Okay, so 16 and this 4. So for the highest one from 27, 28, 29, 28, 29, 30, 31, from 28, okay? So it's called the arupa Brahma. Alright? And the consciousness arise there is called arupa vachala. Arupa vachala citta is basically classified in 4 types according to the object. Alright? Then 4 multiples by 3 types. Wholesome, resultant, or functional. So you get 12. 4 types times 3, you got 12. Okay. Now the next one is lokutara, supramundane. Just now we are talking about, we have the first one is karma, second one is dupa, the one is arupa. So all these are called loka. Loka means mundane. So the consciousness that goes out from loka or higher than loka is called lokutara. You know the Malay word utara is above, alright? Or higher. So loka plus utara means above the mundane world. Above the mundane world is supramundane. We are talking about enlightenment. So for those who achieve enlightenment, they will have this consciousness. So there are 8 of them. 8 or 40. Alright? So can follow so far? So basically at this stage, you just need to know there are 4. Kama vachala is a sense sphere consciousness. Rupa vachala is to do with the rupa jhana. Arupa vachala is to do with arupa jhana. And lokutara is to do with enlightenment, supramundane. Okay? Basically got 4 plans. Now we talking about this, maybe you more understand for some of you. By nature type, okay, jati. So we have 4 types of consciousness according to nature. Wholesome is kusala. Kusala means meritorious, wholesome, or moral. This is faultless and brings good result. So when we say something is wholesome, why? Because it's faultless. Nobody blame you when you do good, and you don't blame yourself. And any kusala you do will give good result. So this is kusala. And when you put the word up in front, up is always negative. Akusala means is contradiction of kusala, means unwholesome, demeritorious, unwholesome or immoral. So all types of akusala are without fault and brings about ill or bad results. So kusala is faultless, akusala is with fault. Kusala bring good result, akusala bring bad result. Okay? So there's a simple definition of what is kusala or akusala, wholesome and unwholesome. So when somebody do wholesome things, so at that time he will have wholesome consciousness, wholesome citta or kusala citta. When you have kusala citta, then there must be a result of your kusala citta. Then you got vipaka. Alright? Vipaka means resultant of wholesome. Okay, alright? And if somebody doing something bad, so at that time have akusala citta, unwholesome consciousness. And akusala citta will give result of vipaka. So you also got vipaka as a resultant of unwholesome. Okay. But we have another type, okay? The consciousness that acts but does not produce an effect as karma does is called kriya. What is the meaning of this one? Kriya is for who? Arahan only. Okay, because Arahan has totally no mental defilement. So Arahan, even though he do any activities, good deeds, he does not call akusala. Okay? Arahan definitely do not do any akusala. So definitely no akusala. Arahan also have no future life. Because of no mental defilement, there is also no vipaka. Alright? Resultant. So what does Arahan have? Arahan has one called kriya, functional. It's just a consciousness that do activities, but does not create karma, does not produce any effect of karma. So we call kriya. Okay, can follow? Okay. Kusala is when we do, as a worldlings, we do good deeds. Okay. Akusala means as those who have said, still mental defilement, you do unwholesome. Because you do good deeds, bad deeds, you have wholesome mind, unwholesome mind, or kusala citta, akusala citta, then you got vipaka. Alright, vipaka. But for Arahan, it's only whatever he do, good is only kriya. So we call it functional. It just function or it just acts, but it have no result. Okay, so this is 4 types. Now we go for next one. How about feeling? All the consciousness will arise with certain feelings. So there are 5 feelings according to Abhidhamma. Feeling means vedana. So pleasant feeling is called somanasa. Manasa means mind. So like sukha, okay? Sukha becomes so, S-O, means good mind. Good mind means pleasant. So all these belong to mental type, alright? And domanasa is unpleasant feeling, belong to the mental type also. And we have another one, we call it, is a technical term, okay? Adukha masukha. Dukha is bad, okay? Sukha is good. Adukha means not bad. Asukha, not good. So neither pleasant nor unpleasant, neither good or bad. So we call it equanimity or neutral feeling. So all these belong to mental feeling. Alright? Now what is somanasa? For example, we are talking about mental feeling means that it's nothing to do with the body. So when you sit down here, you're thinking about something happy. So you have somanasa. So when you think about something depression or something you feel sad or make you unhappy, so you got domanasa, unpleasant feeling. So sometimes your mind is at the equanimity. Alright, neither good nor bad. So we call it adukha masukha. So we call it the neutral feeling. So these 3 belong to do something to do with the mind. And painful feeling, dukkha, belong to bodily feeling. For example, when you fall down, you're injured, you got body pain, body ache, body stiffness, or any itchy, so you call it, you have a dukkha feeling at this time. Alright? And sometimes when you sit down in the like aircon room, okay, so you got happy feeling. So this belong to the body. So dukkha and sukha belong to the body. Alright? Somanasa, domanasa, upekha belong to the mental level. Alright? So we have the mental feeling or bodily feeling. Now, actually all these, especially feeling, can be contemplated as a part of vipassana practice. In the Vipassana practice, feeling is actually very obvious and very easy to contemplate. When you got pain or itch, you can contemplate. So when you got good feeling, you contemplate. When you got neutral feeling, you can contemplate. So you can contemplate this. So now we have 5 feelings, but you can simplify as to the 3, 2, or 1 type. Now we can see somanasa, pleasant or happy, sukha, belong to good feeling or considered as good feeling. And domanasa, unpleasant and painful, dukkha, belong to bad feeling. Therefore, you can say there are only 3 feelings. One is good, one is bad, and one is neutral. Alright? Sukha considered as good feeling, dukkha considered as bad feeling, upekkha as neutral feeling. Now, even the upekkha feeling, neutral feeling, you can consider as pleasant feeling because there is no or absence of bad feeling. So, in fact, you can say you have only got 2 feelings, sukha or dukkha, good or bad. Understand? So, from 5 feelings, you can summarize to 3 feelings. From 3 feelings, you can summarize as 2 feelings. Alright? So, it depends on your level of insight. But when we go further, from the Vipassana point, all feelings can be considered as dukkha, painful, because of their arising and passing away. Means that all feelings are conditioned phenomena. It will arise or pass away. When you get bad feeling, it's also impermanent. You get very good feeling, it's also impermanent. So all feeling can be considered as dukkha. So in this way, all the feeling classified as only 1 type. So this is how, when it depends on your Vipassana level, you can consider your feeling as 5, as 3, as 2, or 1. Okay? Now we go further, another different types of consciousness. So there are 2 types of consciousness. One is called prompted, Pali called sasankarika, or unprompted, asankarika. A is negative, alright? Now, sasankarika means prompting or having encouragement from others and oneself. For example, somebody, he do an evil act or maybe stealing. He might do it out of own will. We call it unprompted. Automatically he go and steal something. But he may be having received encouragement from others, then he go steal something. So we call it prompted. So if he do it out of his own will, it's called unprompted. Or somebody might do donation based because his family member prompted him. So this is called prompted consciousness. Or he might do donation because of automatically he want to do something. So we call it unprompted. So unprompted is similar to, we call it on will or automatic. Okay, so we see here, okay, so A means no, so asankarika means having no sankhara, having no prompting, unprompted or spontaneous. When one does something automatically and without prompting, this is called asankarika. Okay, so you can see even consciousness, 89 consciousness, we can make it into different category or different types. Now, we go to the real stuff. Now we start to go to the numbers. When you study Abhidhamma, there are many numbers. Now we start with the 54. From 54, we have to let's go to the charts again, okay? You can see 89 or one-to-one consciousness, Citta, can divide into 81 lokiya, mundane, okay? And 8 or 40, supramundane. Now, we will go to the first group, the Kama Vachara, sense sphere. Sense sphere because it's something that to do with an outward environment, so it's much more easy for us to understand. Of the 54 sense sphere, the first one we will study is the 12 akusala, unwholesome. Okay? After that, we will study the 18 ahetuka, rootless, 24 sobana, beautiful. Okay? We will go one by one from here all the way going down. Okay? So later I will test your mathematics. How many can you remember the numbers? Alright, so now sense sphere, Kama Vachara, how many? 54, okay? Alright, let's start with the 54. Now, 54, this is a Kama Vachara or sense sphere. We are talking about sense sphere is something that happens around us, nothing to do with the samatha, nothing to do with the supramundane. It's something that very common to all of us. Most of us will definitely have this one. So the first is a 12 akusala citta. 12, okay? Based on the greed-rooted, hatred-rooted, or delusion-rooted. Then another group is 18 ahetuka cittas, rootless consciousness. 24 kama vachara sobhana, sense sphere, beautiful consciousness. So let's go to the first one. Among these three, okay, akusala, ahetuka, and kama vachara, we will study the akusala first. Okay, you think it, why Abhidhamma we need to study unwholesome? Why do we start with the unwholesome first? The reason is the purpose of Abhidhamma, the purpose of Vipassana is for us to get rid of akusala. So that's why it's easy, and also we can say easy for us to understand why we have to study them. Another reason is akusala is something that we encounter every day, every moment. It's part of us, we can say, part of us. Alright? Now, akusala is mentioned first, alright? Because the purpose of Vipassana is to eradicate mental defilements based on greed, hatred, delusion. So here there are there are eight. There are eight. Okay. There are eight the greed-rooted. Now, greed-rooted, we can see the Pali word. Loba means greed. Mula is root. So, greed-rooted means, greed-rooted in Pali called loba mula. And then the two dosa mula. Dosa is hatred, okay? Mula is a root. And moha mula, two moha mula. Moha is delusion. Mula is root. So you always hear that, okay? Loba, dosa, moha, okay? Greed, hatred, delusion. Loba, dosa, moha, okay? So in this way you also learn some Pali. So among these loba, dosa, moha, greed, hatred, delusion. So Abhidhamma Sangaha means this one, okay? You can see all these. This is an explanation on Abhidhamma Sangaha. So you can see, according to this book called Abhidhamma Sangaha. In Pali, it's only very short, but because of English translation and explanation, it's very thick. Abhidhamma Sangaha mentions the greed-rooted consciousness first, because they are more common. After that, mention the hatred-rooted consciousness, because they do not occur as much as the greed-rooted. Even though delusion, moha, cetasika is included in all the 12 unwholesome consciousnesses, delusion-rooted consciousnesses are mentioned last because these are not so obvious. Okay? So we go back to the table again. Alright? There are 8 greed-rooted, alright? There are 2 hatred-rooted, and there are 2 delusion. Now, this is a very common. Okay, if you notice that most of the time your mind is actually have greed. Okay, it like this. Okay, it attract to this, attract to the sound. It like comfortable. That's why when you go to the room, you must switch on the aircon. Yeah, because without aircon, it's very difficult for you. So when you go there, you feel hot. You want to drink water. It's cold. You switch on the fan. Okay, so whole day the loba mula, greed-rooted mind, consciousness arises in us most of the time. And also, if you cannot get something that you like, then the evil or aversion, we call it the dosa mula, okay? The hatred-rooted, this will come next. And moha mula means delusion, means that sometimes our mind is like with restlessness, with doubt or something like that. But most of the time, we not aware the state of mind. Even though when your mind is restless, you might not be aware of it. When your mind has doubt, you also might not be aware of it, because it's not so as obvious as the loba and dosa. Okay? So of Abhidhamma, we study the loba, dosa, moha in this sequence. Okay? Greed, hatred, and delusion. Now this is 8, this is 2, and 2. Alright? So plus together, you got 12 akusala. So first, the number you remember is 54. Now you got 12. Out of 12, you got 8 plus 2 plus 2. Okay? I hope you're good with your mathematics. Now let's go for the greed. Now, how do you get 8 types of greed-rooted consciousness? We have feelings, we have the 2, okay? It can be joyful feeling or neutral feeling. In Pali, we call it somanasa, ubeka. So we have 2 feelings. Because when we have a greedy mind, sometimes we have greedy mind with joy. For example, when you see ice cream, you have joyful feeling, right? Okay. But sometimes, let's say, for example, you like to eat ice cream. So when you, at first you eat ice cream, you are very happy. So you got somanasa, joyful feeling. So after you eat maybe 2 ice cream, 3 ice cream, then you don't want to waste the money. But because you order the ice cream, you still want to eat it. So at that time, your mind become ubeka. Alright? Neutral feeling. Sorry. Okay? But at first, when you eat the ice cream, you get very joyful feeling. So after the more you eat, you will become more neutral. Like at first, when you are very hungry. So when you eat rice, you are very joyful. So this is why most people are very interested or very excited when you eat. Okay? But the more you eat, after that, your stomach feel full, then you are no more so excited already. Then you only get neutral feeling. But you still have greedy mind. Alright? So you still want to eat. But your joyful feeling is no more. It may be neutral feeling. Sometimes the mind has greedy, but it's with neutral feeling. Sometimes with greediness, with joyful feeling. That's why we have 2 types of feeling. Okay? And sometimes the greed-rooted consciousness is associated with wrong view. Sometimes it's disassociated with the wrong view. Okay? So means that sometimes with the wrong view, like belief, like a boy, he steals the apple. He doesn't believe in karma. Because he doesn't believe in karma, that is with wrong view. Okay? With wrong view, he steals the apple. So we call it associated with wrong view. And sometimes it's not disassociated with wrong view. Okay? He knows that stealing is wrong. He has a karma and belief. So he has no wrong view. But he still steals something. Okay? And also, it can be prompted or unprompted. Prompted means somebody steals something with a prompted or encouragement from a friend. Or he steals something unprompted means automatically he steals something without encouragement from somebody. So we call it unprompted. So that's why you get 8. 2 times 2 times 2 equals to 8. Alright? So if you want to know detail, do you bring this book? Do you? Okay. You should look at this book, how you get an 8. Alright, so look at the page 33. Okay, you can see the page 33. Like the first one on the page 32, one consciousness accompanied with joy, associated with wrong view, unprompted. Then second one consciousness accompanied with joy, associated with wrong view, prompted. Then third one consciousness accompanied by joy, dissociated with wrong view, unprompted. And so on. So that's why you got 8. Okay? So this in detail in this book. I hope you all try to read, no? Try. Okay? But this is the how you get the formula about 8, you know. This is okay, like look at this, maybe more clear. Okay? You got joyful feeling 4, equanimity, neutral feeling 4. Joyful feeling with wrong view or without wrong view. Okay? Then we prompted, unprompted, prompted, unprompted. Or your greedy feeling with neutral feeling or equanimity. 4 is with wrong view. 2 with wrong view and 2 without wrong view. 2 without wrong view here. And it can be prompted, unprompted, prompted, unprompted. So you got 8. Alright? So, in brief, it might be difficult for you to remember how many. You just remember there are 2 types of feeling, joyful feeling or neutral feeling, and can be associated with wrong view or de-associated with wrong view, and can be prompted or unprompted. So this is how you get 8. This is a shortcut method. In our university, for exam, I tell you for exam, we have to remember the Pali, okay? Yeah, remember the Pali as well as remember the English. Sometimes we have to write Pali. So in a traditional, I know all the Myanmar people know, they have to recite this by heart. Somanasa Sagadan, Didikatan, Samritan, Asankarikam, Ekam. Somanasa Sagadan, Didikatan, Samritan, Sasankarikam. We have to recite this one. So this is how we learn Pali by also Abhidhamma. Somanasa Sahagatam associate with the joyful feeling. Titikata, wrong view. Sampayutta, connected or associated with wrong view. Asankarika is unprompted. Somanasa Sagata with pleasant feeling. Titikata with wrong view. Sampayutta is association. Sasankarika, this prompted. Asankarika is unprompted. Okay? And then you got the 4 Somanasa, then you change to Upeka feeling. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't want to know. Okay? So anyway, just remember we have 8 greed-rooted, alright? Because we have 2 feelings, 2 association or disassociation, and prompted, unprompted. So you get 8 lopamola, greed-rooted. Okay? Now, when we talk about the hatred-rooted 2, now instead of a joyful feeling or neutral feeling, when somebody with the hatred-rooted means that the consciousness is with the hatred as a base, the feeling can only be unpleasant. Alright? They cannot be neutral feeling or joyful feeling when you hate somebody or you hate something or have aversion. Alright? So at the time it's only unpleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling is what? Domanassa. Okay? So this is called Domanassa. Okay? So when you have an unpleasant feeling or when you have an aversion feeling or hatred or evil, so the feeling will be definitely unpleasant. So that's why when you hate person or you dislike person, automatically you don't feel well, you don't feel comfortable, because the feeling you have is unpleasant feeling. You cannot hate somebody with pleasant feeling. It's not possible. Okay? Yeah, because this is another one, association with aversion. The aversion is strong. It's stronger than the wrong view. It's not to say right view or wrong, but because here, yeah, that is under delusion, okay? Because everything, greed or hatred will have delusion in it. So because of delusion, he hates somebody, alright? But we say it's not associated with wrong view, because at that time when you hate somebody, aversion, we call it one of the Cettasika, is aversion is stronger. So it must associate with this aversion. It's one of the Cettasika. Yeah, it's more obvious, definitely. Okay, so here also can be prompted and unprompted. Okay, so it means that sometimes you are prompted by somebody to dislike a thing, or you are unprompted, you automatically dislike something. For example, if your body is sick or you're having unwell feeling, automatically on that day, it's very easy for you to have unprompted type of a head-rooted consciousness. instead of prompted. Okay, because of your body have a unpleasant feeling, automatically on that day you feel aversion, a lot of ill will, a lot of you get angry very easily. Alright. So in this case, it's unprompted. It's much more. Prompted is somebody prompt you, so you get angry, or somebody scold you, then you get angry. Okay. And we have another one we call delusion rooted. It's two of them. Can be only neutral feeling. It cannot be joyful feeling or the unpleasant feeling. It can only be neutral feeling. Why is it? Because it has only associated with two. Okay, it associated with doubts and associated with restlessness. Right? Okay, because it associates with doubt, this means that you don't know whether right or wrong or something like that. So the feeling is neutral. Sometimes your mind is restless, so you cannot take on the object properly. So that's why you also got neutral feeling. When people has joyful feeling, for example, when they eat something, they got very joyful feeling because the tongue enjoy the taste. The tongue be able to take on or grasp on the object properly. Okay. So you can get joyful feeling. Or when you dislike something or dislike somebody, the mind actually take on the object strongly. But when the mind is a delusion rooted, it cannot take on the object properly. Okay? So that's why it's always with neutral feeling. Alright? So this aversion, sometimes if you don't want to use the aversion, they have another translation. They call it patika, is a hatred also. Okay? So at that time, hatred is much more stronger than wrong view. Okay? So far, how many you learn? The first 12 akusala. 12 akusala, greed rooted, loba mula, how many? 8, okay. Dosa mula? 2. Moha mula? Okay, not bad. When I pass first exam. Okay? So, totally is 12 akusala. Now, on the 12 akusala, let's go for another group. So, next one is ahetuka, rootless consciousness. The meaning of rootless here means that it is actually without the greed rooted, without the hatred rooted, without the delusion rooted. So, it's a kind of like, we call it weaker, much more weaker consciousness compared to the akusala. It's much more weak because it has no root. It's just like a tree, alright? A tree, if the root is very strong, it will stand firmly. But some of the tree, just without the root, it's very easy to fall down. Okay? So this is considered very weak. There are a lot of explanations in this book. No? I hope you can read by yourself. No, this one, okay? You can read the book yourself. I hope you can read. Because to go through it will take too much time. It's very detailed. You should read by yourself. Okay? Hetu means roots. So ahetuka means no root. So this 18 does not contain any of the unwholesome greed, hatred, delusion. So they do not contain any bright root, means aloba or dosa moha. So this means that they do not have loba, dosa, moha, neither they do have aloba, adosa, and moha. Okay? So because they do not have any roots, so they are considered very weak. So we call it ahetuka, means up is no, without root. So you can read yourself on this book or the handout. So what kind of consciousness that belong to this? So belong to, we can say it also divided 3 groups. One is unwholesome resultant, akusala vipaka. Another one is kusala vipaka, wholesome resultant, and kriya is functional. Alright? Now, let's go for the first one. Akusala vipaka, unwholesome resultant, according to base. Now, this is talking about something that happen in us all the time. Alright? Now you got eye consciousness, you got ear consciousnness, you got nose consciousness, you got tongue consciousness, you got body consciousness. Alright? So you got these 5 also means something to do with the sense space. So we call it sense consciousnesses. Now, because this is considered akusala vipaka. Akusala vipaka means that what? It's something that in the past you did some akusala. And this is the resultant of your akusala unwholesome. Because this is the resultant of your unwholesome consciousness in the past. Alright? Remember we talking about when you do kusala, you got vipaka. You do akusala, you got also akusala vipaka. Alright? So means this akusala vipaka is something that you did in this life or past life. It's the resultant of your unwholesome. So that's why we call unwholesome resultant. So this is actually vipaka. Example now, okay? You see something? Okay, you see some horrible sight. Okay? You see ghosts. Okay? If you see ghosts, so your eye consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling. Why is it neutral feeling? Because it's something that, as I mentioned just now, this is something rootless. So it's not a strong one. Alright? When you see something, actually it's just a seeing. But when you, for example, you see a ghost, automatically at that moment it's just a seeing of an object, you know. But when you go inside your mind, you start to process it, you start to compare with a ghost story you heard in the past. Alright? This your mind, then you conjure, you create the ghost image. You know, like what people say, when you sit there, suddenly the wind blows. Okay? Then you thought you're seeing the ghost. Right? Okay? But actually, we are talking about when you see something that considered as a unpleasant thing. When you see something unpleasant, then eye consciousness will arise at that time. When you see something unpleasant, eye consciousness is considered as akusala vipaka. Understand? So that's why we say, born as a human, we always have akusala vipaka. We also call kusala vipaka, something to do with eye. Okay. Now, why is it neutral feeling? Because this is just a seeing. Actually, in the moment of seeing, it's just seeing. But later when you go inside your mind, you start to process it, you get frightened of the ghost. Right or not? When you see a ghost, what does it appear to you? It's just something moving around. That's all, right? So that's what happened to your eye consciousness. You just see an image moving around. But when you put inside here, you start to compare all your ghost story, then you're afraid to go to the toilet. Right or not? Okay? So, anything, because this is akusala vipaka, this means that the things that you see will be unwholesome, okay? And ear consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling is the sound that you hear, unpleasant sound. And the nose consciousness is you smell something bad, alright? And tongue consciousness is that you taste something bad. Body consciousness means that you contact with a bad object like too hot, too cold, and so on, alright? But compared to this, all these are just neutral feeling. There are some, actually, the explanation given in this book, alright? It explains why the previous all are neutral feeling, except the last one is the painful feeling. So, you should look at the page number 91, okay? 91. Alright, so I hope you can read yourself. It's a very in detail. Okay, you just make a note. You should read 91 to know why. Alright, 91. Here, you see all are neutral. Only the body is a painful feeling. Okay. The explanation given by Sayadaw Usinanda is that because the contact is made of 3 elements. Okay. The earth, the heat, and then another one, the wind. Alright? Okay? You can see on this paragraph. On this line, you can see here. Okay? On this line, here. Here, okay? So here, because the touch is actually a combination of 3 great elements, They are the earth, fire, and air. Okay, but not the water, not the element of water. So because the touch is made of the three great elements, that's why the impact is hard. But the others, like the eye sensitivity, tongue sensitivity, and so on, they are the dependent material. Oh, volume 1, okay? 91, alright? 91, okay? So, I think for now I will just skip because I don't think you also can understand. To understand about this paragraph, you have to study the chapter of Rupa. So that's why when we study Abhidhamma, it's not easy. To understand this chapter, you need to refer to chapter 5 or 6 or 7, which you never study yet. Okay? So when I study Abhidhamma, I have to listen to this recording by Usinananda about 3 times. The first time listen maybe 10%. After second, because when I study chapter 7, then I go back to chapter 1, then I understand. It's like to understand why all are neutral feeling except the body consciousness are painful feeling. You have to study the chapter of Rupa, matter or material, before you come back to this chapter. Okay, we just skip it first. Anyway, now, so this means that in the akusala vipaka, you got eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body consciousness. Only the body consciousness is accompanied by painful feeling, dukkha, right? And after that, in the akusala vipaka, you also got receiving consciousness, neutral feeling, and also investigating consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling, alright? So you need to have a receiving consciousness that something is a consciousness that received the object. And the investigating consciousness is something that investigates the object. So where should you study this? To study this, you have to look at the chapter, another chapter. So it's like cross-reference. Okay? You look at the charts, okay? This is, in your book, is a page 61. So in this handout, you got this one. Alright? So you notice that you have the 5-door everything here. Then you got eye consciousness. This is the one that we are talking now, eye consciousness. Alright? This page 61. Alright? Do you follow me? Alright? So you got eye consciousness, after that you got receiving consciousness. After you see something, then the information must pass to receiving consciousness. After that, the information must pass to a consciousness that investigates the nature. We call it investigating consciousness. So after that, you got something determining consciousness. So there are a series of consciousness that arise in the mental process of the I door. Alright? Do you get it? Alright? Okay. So that's why after I consciousness, there must be receiving consciousness. So this is the one, alright, over here. So after that, there will be investigating consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling. So this is on the akusala vipaka. So how many you have now? 7. Alright. So just now, on akusala is 12. Alright. Now on the ahetuka is 18. So the 18, the first group now you study is 7. So we are talking about something happened now, alright? But this is on akusala vipaka. Now, on kusala vipaka, let's say, kusala vipaka is talking about, it's a consciousness that result of your wholesome action, okay? Sorry, you better delete this one. I made a mistake. No, unwholesome, wholesome, okay? Unwholesome, wholesome. Yeah, just delete the... Yeah, just now was the... Kusala vipaka should be wholesome, okay? Yeah, I was add on the information. Yeah, this is unwholesome and this is wholesome, okay? It's not written in your book. Alright, so this is wholesome. Now, so eye consciousness here, because since it's the wholesome resultant, it's talking about something that you see. Like now you see a Buddha image. So what kind of consciousness will arise when you see the Buddha image? It is belong to kusala vipaka, eye consciousness, okay? Chakku vijnana. When you see something unpleasant, like shit or dung or whatever, is akusala vipaka. But now you see a Buddha image belong to kusala vipaka, wholesome resultant, the eye consciousness. Alright? But this is also accompanied by neutral feeling. And when you hear, like you hear good sound, like you hear my sound, hopefully now is your kusala vipaka, alright? So eye consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling. Now let's say if you like the incense smell, so at that time your nose consciousness belong to kusala vipaka. So when you eat good food, actually consider your kusala vipaka, alright? Because it's all these are good objects. So now this is very clear. So now you enjoy the aircon. So what kind of consciousness will arise? So it's body consciousness accompanied with sukha or good feeling, happy feeling. Alright? So this means that when you study Abhidhamma, at every moment we have different consciousness arise. So when you see the Buddha image, it's eye consciousness. You hear my sound, it's a ear consciousness or hearing consciousness. When you smell something, it's the nose consciousness. When you have a good contact, so it's body consciousness. So all consciousness arise, pass away, arise, pass away, arise, pass away. Alright? Now similarly, according to function, but just now we only got 2, okay? Just now in the akusala vipaka you got 6 and 7. But here for this one you got 3. You got 3. According to function you got 3. So you need something receiving consciousness. Because when you see the Buddha image, after your eye consciousness arise, so there must be a receiving. So you got receiving consciousness according to neutral feeling. After that, you will have the investigating. Alright? Investigating. But here, since if the object is very desirable, it will be pleasant feeling. And if the object is quite ordinary, alright? So you got the neutral feeling. So there's the only difference. So here you got 8. For kusala vipaka, you got 8. Akusala vipaka, you got 7. Okay? 7 and 8. Oh? Yeah, 3. Yeah, yes. Yeah, because it cannot be very unpleasant feeling. Because when you say it's very unpleasant feeling, then it might be turn out to be hatred or ill will. Because when the object is unpleasant or very unpleasant, it might turn out to be hatred, so it becomes akusala. Yeah, there are some explanation here. So, yeah, you should read this one. It's also quite technical. Alright, you should read the page 93. Okay, the question you can reach on the page 93. Exactly, you answer your question. 93. Volume 1, yeah, everything is volume 1. Now you're on the first chapter. Alright? First chapter is volume 1. Second chapter also volume 1. Third chapter volume 1. You have this book, right? Do you have this book? You don't have? Why not?
Just keep yesterday.
Okay, who are not so keen on book, you can pass to him, okay? Who are really can pass to him, who can, who are don't want to read so much book, can pass to him. Yeah, yeah. Volume 1. Yeah, okay. Chapter 1, volume 1. Alright. So for more explanation, you read this one because it's not very deep. Alright. So basically, just remember, akusala vipaka is 7, kusala vipaka is 8. Alright. And after that, you got kriya. Just now we are talking about kriya means functional. Alright. Kriya means functional. It's the consciousness that just do the function and don't do anything except a function. Yeah. Alright. The first one is we call it the everything consciousness in the 5 door. Alright, when the object going to our sense door, there must be a consciousness that avert or turn the attention to it. So if you look at this paper, so you can see the 5 door averting, which happened just before the I door. Alright, 5 door averting. So we are talking about this consciousness. So there must be a consciousness that avert to it first. Page 61. Alright. So this is considered a 5 door. What if this is not the I door process, but it's in the mind door? So if in the mind door, there must be another consciousness, we call it the mind door averting consciousness. So you can see on the page 64. Okay, can you see 64? Is it? Okay, so you need a consciousness that avert in the mind door. So we call mind door averting consciousness. Alright, so this is a 5 door. 5 door means your eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door. So this is the mind door that avert in the mind door. And then all these are neutral feeling. But when you go to this smiling producing consciousness, is with joyful feeling. So this is a consciousness that will produce a smile. So we call it smile producing consciousness. This one happened to Buddha, to Arahant only. Because it's as we talking about just now, Kriya is actually means just a functional. So if it's not like us when we smile, it's either due to greed or maybe due to knowledge or whatever. But for Arahant or Buddha, so this smiling consciousness only occur to them. Because when the Buddha he sees something amusing, he will just smile. Okay? You heard about story when Buddha smiled, Ananda will know. Even though Venerable Ananda was walking behind the Buddha, but how would he know? Because when the Buddha smiled, he let the teeth little bit reveal and the light shines out. Okay, so this is smiling of the Buddha and Arahant. So totally you have 18. Alright. Now among the 18 Ahituka Cittas, there are 5 sets of sense consciousness that can be used as a contemplation or 6 sense basis. So 6 sense basis is part of the Dhammanupassana. The Vipassana, you got the Kaya, Vedana, Citta, and Dhamma. Okay, the Dhamma is the last part of meditation. Receiving, determining, investigating, mind or everything, and find or everything can be seen in the mental process only. Alright? So all these are to do with the mental process. When receiving, you can see the thought process or mental process later. Okay? So far we only finished the first group, okay? We finished the second group also. The first group is the 12 akusala. Alright? And then the second is the 18 ahituka. Alright? So after that we need to go through the... I don't think we can finish today. Okay, so we have 5 minutes break. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, just now we are talking about the ahituka. So there are 18 of them, 7 on akusala vipaka, 8 on kusala vipaka, and 3 on kriya, functional. So the last one is on the functional, means that the 5 sense everything, the mind do everything. Another one is the smiling consciousness to do with Arahant. So after that, now we are still on this Kama Vachara sense sphere. We were talking about 24. 24 Sopana means wholesome or beautiful, or here is beautiful. So 8, 8, 8, okay? So the first one is sense sphere wholesome. Sense sphere wholesome means that, for example, you do donation and so on, and it will produce the sense sphere resultant. This is the resultant consciousness. And after that, Mahakriya is something to do with the Arahant. Because Arahant, when he do something good, you cannot call it wholesome. When Arahant doing donation and or serve morality, so you cannot call it Mahakusala, sense sphere wholesome. Arahant only produce this Mahakriya, sense sphere functional. Alright, so we come to this now. Alright, so just now we're talking about this. Now let's go for this one. So after the unwholesome akusala and rootless consciousness, the ahetuka, the book mentioned about this kama vachara sobana consciousness. Because a meditator need to develop wholesome consciousness with or without wisdom. So here there are 8 mahakusala chittas, sense sphere wholesome, 8 mahavipaka, sense sphere resultant, and 8 mahakriya. Okay, that's a sense sphere functional. Now, how do you get 8 here? Remember just now we are talking about the Greek rooted. Greek rooted also got 8. So here also similar. Because now we are talking about some wholesome mind, okay? We are talking about the first group is talking about the wholesome mind. So, 8 maha. This. So, maha kusala. So now how you get the 8 mahakusala? So sometimes like just now, alright? First, when somebody do mahakusala means a wholesome mind. When we do some wholesome activities, sometimes we do it with joyful mind, right or not? Okay, when you do donation, okay, when you do donation, sometimes you do it with joyful mind. So this means that when you do some wholesome things, you do it with wholesome mind. But sometimes when you do some donation, you do it with neutral feeling. Alright? So that's why it's possible to have 2 feelings, joyful feeling or neutral feeling. Right? And sometimes when you do donation, let's say for a children when they do donation, let's say for adult when they do donation, they do it with knowledge or with wisdom because they know that doing donation is a good karma, will give good result. They understand the working of karma when they do donation. So we can say it's associated with knowledge. But sometimes we call it without knowledge. Why? Because a young child can do donation. He can do it with happy feeling, joyful feeling or neutral feeling. But when the children do donation, the children does not know, does not have the wisdom or knowledge. Okay? The children will not have the wisdom or knowledge that this is a wholesome deed, this is a karma. The children just, let's say the father put the money. The children just think it's fun, he will just put the money. Alright? But we have no wisdom, no knowledge that this is a good karma activities. So that's why you have to associate with knowledge or should be disassociate with knowledge or without knowledge. So associate with knowledge or disassociate with knowledge, okay? This is clear, okay? Disassociate with knowledge. So this means that it's possible when you do some donation or when you do some good wholesome activities, you can have joy or neutral feeling. Or you can do it with knowledge or wisdom or without knowledge, disassociate with knowledge. And you can do it, good activities unprompted or prompted, okay? Unprompted means you automatically you do donation, so it's unprompted out of your own will, good will. But sometimes maybe your father, mother or your friend, okay, prompted you, asked you, advised you to do donation. So you are prompted. This means that it's not spontaneous. Alright? So that's why based on the 2 times 2 times 2, you get 8 mahakusala. Okay, this is just a summary. Let's say if you want to learn detail, you have to go back to this book. Alright, this book. Now look at the page, this page. Alright. Okay, so this is the page in detail. Page number 46. If you see the book on page 46, all right, 46. Yeah, comprehensive, 46. Alright, 46 here. So here is talking about the 8 just now in very detail. Alright, now we are talking about Mahakusala. Mahakusala means sense, feel, wholesome, consciousness. It's the mind that you do wholesome deeds. So sometimes you have one consciousness accompanied with joy, associated with knowledge unprompted. Sometimes when you do wholesome deed, it's one consciousness accompanied by joy, associated with knowledge prompted. Number 3, one consciousness accompanied by joy, disassociated with knowledge unprompted. Number 4, one consciousness accompanied by joy, disassociated with knowledge prompted. After that, your feeling, no more with joy, change to equanimity or neutral feeling. One consciousness accompanied by equanimity, associated with knowledge unprompted. One consciousness accompanied by equanimity, associated with knowledge prompted, and goes on until you get 8 of them. Alright? So can you remember? Yeah. Alright, this is a long way. We call it the long way. The shortcut method is just remember, you got 2 feelings, joyful or neutral, associated with knowledge or disassociated with knowledge, prompted or unprompted. That's all. Disassociated with knowledge means without the knowledge. Means without knowledge. Same thing, okay? Associated with knowledge or disassociated with knowledge. Or without knowledge, alright? So just think about today when you do good deeds, alright? You will have either joyful feeling or neutral feeling. Sometimes when you do good deeds, you understand this is a good deed, understand this is a karma. This is the best way of doing good deeds, because when you do this, you keep the karma and result in the mind. So associate with knowledge. This is very good because it will bring a good result. But sometimes when we do good deeds, we just do it without understand it's a good result. Okay, we just do it like children or very young. They don't understand about karma, so it can be disassociated with knowledge. Sometimes people ask us to do, we are prompted. Sometimes we do it automatically, it's unprompted. So you get 8 of them. Yeah, can follow? Alright. So this is a shortcut method, right? Now this is just now when you do something good, you have the Mahakusala Citta. So this is a cause. When you got the Mahakusala means the wholesome mind or good mind, then you will have the result. So you have the corresponding Mahavibhaka Citta as a result. So as there are 8 Mahakusala Citta, there will be 8 Mahavibhaka. Alright? So Mahakusala Citta is a wholesome action done by a non-Arahant. Means that only Kusala can be done by non-Arahant, means that all worldlings, first level enlightenment, Sotapanna, second level enlightenment, Sakadagami, and Anagami, third level enlightenment. So Mahakriya is a wholesome action done by Arahant. Alright? So that means that if you look at the charts again, right here. So Mahakusala means done by us. When we do something, one of these 8, it will create the vipaka, alright? The resultant, one of the 8 correspondingly. So if we do the, let's say the second type in here, it will create the second type because we have 8 types, right? So this is done by us, kusala, and it will create the vipaka. But for Arahant, any good action belong to this only 8 Mahakriya. Okay? Only one of these 8 Mahakriya belong to Arahant. So, what is the Mahakriya? If you look at the book, it's also same. Okay? This is the vipaka. You can see on the book, page number 48, it will be Kamavachara Vipaka. So the resultant is same as the just now the Mahakusala. Same also. The formula is exactly same. Okay? And the Kriya is done by the Arahant. is also exactly same, 8 of them. Okay? So you just remember the first 8, then you get it. Can follow? Huh? So you got 8 kusala, you will create the 8 vipaka. And if you are arahant, you will create the 8 kriya. That's all. 8 plus 8 plus 8, you get 24. 24, alright? Alright? Okay? So when you get 24, let's go back to the numbers again. You got 12 akusala. You got 12 akusala plus the ahituka is 18 plus the sobana 24 because 8 plus 8 plus 8. Totally you get 54. So this 54 sense sphere consciousness is the one that most of the time arises in us. Okay? But if you are not an arahant, definitely you don't get this number. This one mahakriya. This one will only happen to an arahant. Okay? And inside the kriya functional, just now we are talking about one smiling, producing consciousness that only can smile by arahant or Buddha. So we don't have this unless you're arahant sitting here. But I don't think so. Okay? So now you can see that's how we get the 54. Alright? So I hope we have time to finish. Now let's go for the next group. It will take some time for you to digest, but we have the books. You have the books, okay? So you can go back and study. So the next group is talking about if you practice samatha and gain into deep concentration, then you will have 5 kusala. The moment you get inside the concentration, very deep concentration, in the moment you get into the jhana, so your kusala citta will arise when you practice the samatha. Okay? Based on the kusala citta 1 to 5, okay, 1 to 5, it depends on which level you are inside, either first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana. Then correspondingly, you will have 5 vipaka resultant based on the jhana. Let's say if you get first jhana, you will get the first jhana vipaka. If you get second jhana, you will get the second jhana vipaka. If you get the third jhana, you will get the third jhana vipaka. Alright? If you get the fourth jhana, you will get the fourth jhana vipaka correspondingly. But if you are arahant, okay, after you become arahant, you don't get the kusala anymore. When arahant practice jhana, so arahant will only have this kriya jhana. Okay? So this part is for arahant only. That's why it's everything you must provide for the arahant, because arahant also practice jhana. Alright? So that just now the mahakriya is for arahant. So this is also kriya for arahant. Okay? Right now I just do a brief review. Now if somebody practice the immaterial jhana, he also got the 4 kusala because there are 4 types of this one. Okay? I add in just now. Okay, this is 2. Right? Based on the 4 kusala, he also get the 4 vipaka, the resultant of his wholesome consciousness. And if he is arahant, he also got 4 kriya. Understand? So it's correspondingly. Alright? Okay, now this is just a preview. Let me go. Okay, now we are talking about, just now we are talking about, let's see, this one I will skip it here because this one, okay, let's go for the Rupa Vachala Citta arise when one practices Arupa Jhana. What is Arupa Jhana? Okay? Oh, sorry, we practice Rupa. Sorry. Just delete the A. Okay, so just delete the A, okay? When practice Rupa Jhana, not Arupa Jhana. When practice Rupa Jhana. Rupa Jhana means the meditation based on the, it's a jhana based on the material. For example, when people practicing the breathing meditation, when practice breathing meditation, you will get into the jhana, alright? Or when you're practicing a device called kasina, for example, this yellow color, okay? So I make it as a round shape. When it's round shape, I look at this, Okay, after that my mind get very deep concentration, I absorb the image and this image appear in my mind. So based on the material here, so I call this as a rupa. Rupas mean material. So this is called rupa jhana. Alright? So based on your material jhana, rupa jhana, so we can later develop to 5 stages. So after that, the 5 stages of jhana, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana, you need to multiply by 3 types: wholesome, akusala, vipaka, and kriya. So you come to have 15. Alright? So let's go here. The roots of jhana, the root of jhana means J, Pali. J has 2 meanings. Watching the object closely, consciousness, 89 consciousness. So the first group, actually if you look at carefully, we're talking about mundane, not supramundane. Under mundane we have some sense sphere consciousness, there are 54. Out of 54, the first group that you study is the 12 akusala. Why do you need to study akusala first? Because it's gross, it's something happened to us, and the purpose of meditation is to get rid of greed, hatred, delusion. Alright? So under the 12 akusala, how many? You have 3 groups: greed rooted, hatred rooted, and delusion rooted. Alright? So out of the greed rooted, 8 to 2. So you have 8 to 2. So how to get the 8? Yeah, 2 times 2 times 2. So the 2 is feeling, neutral, okay? Then times the associate with wrong view, disassociate with wrong view, then prompted, unprompted, so you get 8, alright? Then after that you go to the hatred rooted. So hatred rooted is what kind of feeling it will be? Unpleasant feeling. And then associate with hatred or aversion. It can be only prompted or unprompted, alright? Then you go for the delusion. Delusion is associated with neutral feeling. Is associate either with the restlessness or with the doubt. Okay? Alright? Okay? So after the 12 akusala, then you got the something that we use all the time. That is the ahetuka, rootless. Alright? So your eye, your ear, your nose, you have your eye consciousness, ear, nose, something. So remember the number is 7, 8 plus 3. So 7, you remember you got 5 sense though. So 5 sense consciousness plus receiving and investigating. Then another one, for kusala vipaka, you got 5 sense though plus 1 receiving and 2 investigating. Okay? Then you got the kriya, it's just functional, means 1 receiving and 2 investigating. Alright? Then for the functional is what? Is you got the fido everything, mido everything, and then the smiling consciousness. That's all. Okay? So after that, let's say we move on to the wholesome deeds that we do is the kama vachala sobana, good one. So you got how many? 24. 8 plus 8 plus 8. So how you get the first 8 mahakusala? 2 feeling times 2 association, then prompted, unprompted. Okay. But for this mahakusala, when you do wholesome deed, what kind of feeling you can have? Pleasant or neutral. So when you do it, you can do it with knowledge or without knowledge. Then prompted, unprompted. So you got 8. Okay. So when you do something wholesome, you get the resultant. So you get mahakusala will give mahavipaka, also 8. Same method like just now. But for arahan will be mahakriya. Okay. After that, we are talking about if somebody practice jhana, will go the rupavachala kusala. Okay. Based on the 5 jhana, so you got 5 this rupavachala kusala. Then after that, when you practice successfully because of kusala, you got vipaka also 5. For arahan, it's 5. That's all. Easy or not? No easy.
Oh.
We still have some time. I don't want to let you off. Okay, this is will be interesting for you all, okay? Alright, now, when we talk about jhana, you must know that when we talk about jhana is something that watch the object closely. So for those who gain to jhana, let's say people tell you they are practicing samatha successfully, how you know? If the mind be able to watch the object very, very closely, means to the point like the mind stick on the object. So it means they get very good concentration. So that's the meaning of watching the object clearly. So another meaning of is cause to burn. Because jhana is so called because temporarily burn those ever states nirvana. So when somebody gets very good jhana, so this means that there are no hindrances, no nirvana, okay? Nirvana means hindrances. So when people really get into jhana, they will not be sleepy, okay? Their mind will not be wandering. It's not possible for you to get jhana and you are sleeping, you know. But some meditators, they always boast, they get very good concentration. But the moment you go and see them, you know what they've been doing? They are sleepy. For those who are sleepy, definitely are not inside jhana, alright? Okay? And if they are inside jhana, their mind will not wander because there are no hindrances. They will not be sleepy, no wandering, and so on. Okay? So you can see just now when we go to, okay, if you just go down there, you can see the 5 jhana factors burns those 5 hindrances, alright? So this means that if people are in very good meditation, deep meditation, there will not be sleepiness, there will not be doubt, there will not be ill will, there will not be restless or worry, there will not be sensual desire. Okay? So it will be interesting. So if you have a very good meditation or inside jhana, you will not be interested in sensual desire like watching TV, because whatever you get from your meditation is so satisfactory. So you are not interested in all others sensual desire. For those who really practice meditation, then they can stay longer in a holy life because their mind has no this kind of hindrances. Okay, so jhana or very good deep concentration will help the mind. Okay, so okay, I will go this one and I will let you off. Okay, they are very important for us to know what is jhana factors, you know. Because people always say, I am in very good concentration or I have very good samadhi. How do you know? How do you know they are inside jhana? What we mean by jhana is actually 5 factors. Because if there are these 5 factors matured, automatically their mind will reach very deep absorption. Alright? So what they do is need to develop these 5 jhana factors. Even in vipassana, we need to develop this one. For any meditation, we need to develop this one. First one, we call it vitakka. It just put the mind on the object. Alright? For let's say if you are doing meditation on here, so you know that your mind runs away, so you need to put the mind on the object. We say put the mind on object, so we call vitakka. Sometimes we translate as, there's a technical translation for this, initial application, alright? Initial application. Okay, now let's say when you start to meditate, you might be able to put on the object, so you get initial application. So sometimes we can translate as a thought. But when you put here, you need to keep the mind, sustain the mind on the object here. Or let's say if you're doing rising, falling, first you must put the mind here, then you must keep the mind here, then you get vichara, okay? Sustain application. So if you can put the mind here, you can sustain for some time, then you get piti, joy, which refreshes the mind and body. So it's also associated with sukha. So when your mind is very joyful, after that you get happiness or peacefulness. Sometimes we translate sukha as happiness. It's a happy or peaceful feeling. Then at that time you will develop ekagata, one-pointedness. This is a universal mental factors associated with all consciousness, right? So even though we can say ekagata is, when you study Cittasika you will learn this, it's associated with all the Cittasika. But in a jhana, it's very strong. So that's why it's included as a jhana here. So when we say you are in very deep concentration, it's because you have 5 jhana factors. If your 5 jhana factors are not fully developed, you cannot get inside the absorption. You know, if you notice, they say those people who sit for a long time, totally not hear any sound, totally like disconnected with the world. It's because they are inside another world, the rupa vachara stage, no more in the sensual desire world. Okay? This one I just skip. Right. So when these 5 jhana factors are strong, we will get the first jhana. Then we need to strive to get to the second jhana by abandoning the vitakka. So by abandoning the other mental states, mental factors, we get the higher jhanas. Okay. So just look at these charts. Now, how are you going to progress from your first jhana to the second jhana, to third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana? According to Abhidhamma method, look at here first, okay? So you need, for first jhana, you will have 5, okay? Vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. So when you want to go higher to the second jhana, you purposely need to abandon initial application. You need to abandon it. And if you want to go to third jhana, okay, you need to abandon the first and second, vitaka and vichara. So if you want to get to fourth jhana, you need to abandon this vitaka, vichara and piti. Alright? So to go fourth jhana, you need to abandon 3, vitaka, vichara and piti. To go to fifth jhana, you need to abandon even the sukha. Okay? Yes? Yes. No, you have to abandon it. Okay, renounce it. Now, how do you, let's say for example, how do you abandon the first, from the first jhana, how you get to the second jhana? So at this stage, you have to consider the fault of the vitaka, initial application. You have to think about the effort to keep on putting the mind, put on the mind is very tiring, it's very excited. So you just abandon it. You don't want to put on again. You just want to hold on forever here. Understand? Okay? Yeah, sustain. Because you'll be able to sustain longer, so you don't need to put it all the time. The moment you have to put it is very disturbed to the mind, right?
If you can sustain it, then automatically.
Right. Yeah, when your mind is, because when your jhana is very strong, automatically you can sustain for a long time. But sometimes you need to also purposely just don't want to do the vitaka anymore. But ultimately, like you say, when your mind be able to sustain for a long time, you don't need the vitaka. So it's kind of like you have to purposely abandon the grosser one. We call it grosser factors. Okay? Grosser factors. So, and let's say for example, now if somebody get the third jhana, and to proceed to the fourth jhana, he want to abandon the piti, the joy. Why? Because joy is something that's still exciting to the mind. So if he want to get very deep jhana, for example, he want to do psychic power or whatever, he need a very stable mind. So he must abandon the piti. Alright? So after that, if to get the fifth jhana, he also need to abandon this sukha. For the sukha, he need to change to the neutral feeling, upekkha. Because sukha is also something that make the mind kind of like excited, alright? So one by one, by abandoning the jhana factors, he get very, very deep concentration, alright? So you can read the book. You can read the book. Okay. Alright, so you can look at the page 58, alright, on this one. 58. 58 here. And this book actually is much more easy for you to read. Now, first, the English is easy. And also, this is much more easy for you to read. All the first chapter, I think thoroughly is how many pages? Okay, these pages, chapter 1 is 200 pages. It's in detail, 200 pages, more than 200 pages, I think. 15 something, 165 already. Okay, 169. This is, if you can master this book, you can be a real Abhidhamma teacher. Anybody have the ambition? Oh, young one should try. Young one should try. Those who are 20 plus should try. Okay? Yeah, I mean, if you can master these two books, you can really open an Abhidhamma class. You can teach. Yeah. Okay? So we are talking about to proceed, you need this one, alright? Alright, now let me finish this one, okay? We still have time. So there are 5 hindrances: the kama chanda, sense desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restless and worry and doubt. So we are talking about this is the thing that will disturb our meditation. Everybody will know. When you sit there, you might start to think about that, think of this, have sensual desire. So sometimes you sit there, you have anger, maybe over your pains, over your somebody you like or dislike, especially you dislike, okay? So sometimes when you sit down there, people always complain. The moment they sit down there, they just want to sleep. Right or not? Okay? So it's sloth and torpor. Sometimes when you sit there, your mind gets so worried or restless and doubt. So you need to develop your jhana factors to overcome this. It's possible we call it antidote. Your mind is so restless, you do something to overcome the restlessness. Okay? When your mind is so sleepy, what you do, you use vitaka. For example, when your mind want to sleep, so you put the mind again and again on object. So there's the purpose of vitaka. Okay? So when you have doubt, means that your mind cannot sustain attention. So you use the vichara. So when you have ill will, you use your joy. Alright? Then your sukha is happiness, overcome your restless and worry. Ekagata is one-pointedness, overcome your sensual desire. Okay? So you can see all this translation on the top. Okay? I think it's a lot for you. Everybody want to chabot? Alright, so, well, this is supposed to be one day. Well, we have to extend another day. Tomorrow we are talking about another arupa jhana, and we are talking about supramundane. For those who really want to know what's the meaning of enlightenment, okay? So you should come and listen tomorrow. Advertisement. Yeah, if you really want to know which level of enlightenment eradicate which type of defilement, so it's for tomorrow. And if you really want to understand what is the meaning of enlightenment and what happened in the moment of enlightenment, so it's for tomorrow. Okay. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sharing my